Guy here. Welcome back to another live show. Now, this isn't the fancy studio show. This is just a walk around and walking in the rain, man. Just trying to burn some fat, trying to burn that fat. So we're going to talk about drones, talk a little bit about, obviously Apple Silicon. Ordered I got the Apple AirTags, and those are really cool. And I've been trying to think of more ways to use AirTags because I got the 4-pack. One thing I did, I put an AirTag in. I put an AirTag in my backpack. Kyle C. Woohoo party! Welcome aboard, Kyle. Always good to have you, sir. Always good to have all of y'all. But yeah, I put an Apple AirTag in my backpack that I carry my camera equipment in, and then I put another AirTag in my golf bag. Because sometimes you drop your bag off at the bag drop, and shady folks will come by and steal your bag. So if somebody stole my golf bag, it would be tracked. Kevin, hi, Irix. Hey, Kevin, man, welcome aboard, sir. Always good to have you. So, yeah, I put an AirTag discreetly in the golf bag, and I'm going to be doing a review of the AirTags in action. It's actually a lot more than a lot of people think it's kind of gimmicky. But as a test, I put an AirTag in my bag, and on the back of the golf cart, the guy I was playing with, he didn't have an AirTag in his. And I did the Find Me app. And sure enough, it was so precise that it pointed from the phone, from the Find My device thing, in Apple iPhone, it was able to direct me directly to the bag that had the AirTag in it. Not only that, it was able to, using directional arrows, send me right to the pocket within that golf bag where it was. And if I couldn't have found it by doing that, obviously I'd know it was my golf bag, but you can even make it make a sound effect. So the AirTag will chirp. So if you had it attached to your car keys or something, it fell down in your sofa's back, you would hear it chirping, you could dig it out. So AirTags are really cool. And I'm trying to think of other things to do with the AirTags, and obviously I've got a keychain coming for them. Hopefully that'll be here this week. The Apple branded keychains were just too expensive for me. I'm an independent YouTube channel, so I didn't get that, but I got some generic AirTag compatible keychain holder, and I'm going to put an AirTag on my keys. Don't want to lose the keys to my vehicle, so that'll be nice. Ordered the Apple Silicon iMac. Got the purple because I think it looks crazy, and I did the trackpad option because although I love Apple, I found Apple mice to be junk. Maybe they've changed the design, but historically, all of the Apple mice that I've used have just been, they felt clunky, man. Even on a nice hard surface, they felt clunky. AirTag on your DJI FPV. Yeah, unfortunately, that's a drone I'm passing up, man. I know a lot of y'all have had great things to say about the DJI FPV, but I'm afraid of it. It's opening up a bag of stuff I don't want to open up, I don't want to be scrutinized for wearing goggles and flying a drone, and I don't want to get it and not wear goggles because then it's kind of diluted experience because I don't have a mechanical gimbal. DJI FPV does not. So it's like, why would I do that? Now, Air 2S I love. And Air 2S, obviously, I fly with my iPhone 12 Pro while maintaining visual line of sight with my naked eyes. So, yeah, that's a good drone. I really love the DJI Air 2S if y'all haven't figured that one out yet. And I've actually got some more Air 2S videos uploading right now. So I'll be publishing some of those this evening. A lot of longer duration in the field with DJI Air 2S. Yes, yes, yes. Air 2S. Yes, yes, yes. I love the Air 2S. But yeah, it's been a phenomenal drone, and yeah, I really love it. So yeah, it's woo, horns are blowing, man. That's loud, dude. That is loud, man. Watch out. Honk, honk. So what else exciting is going on? There's got to be some stuff, man. Y'all got to be excited about something. Man, it's raining, man. These drops are starting to come down hard. Check out this puddle up here. You'll see some splash action from the rain. Look at that. See those water drops? There's precipitation falling from the sky. And I'm right in between the sky and the ground, so I'm getting wet. Yes, I am. But it's worth it because I'm also burning fat. You know, and that's always important. Because Kevin says, if you have any friends that have the FPV, ask them to let you try it out for a small run. That's a good idea. But see, I wouldn't want to do that because I don't know, man. I mean, again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a member of the government or anything like that. And I just don't have the warm and fuzzies about, you know, without doing a lot of research and consulting with legal counsel. I don't have the warm and fuzzies about flying a drone with FPV or doing, being in the presence of someone else that's doing it. It's kind of like, you go out and, it's a guilt by association sometimes. And I don't want to assume the risk, man. I mean, it's a shame because I'd love to fly the DJI FPV, but I just can't do it, man. I can't do it. So, but what I can do is the DJI Air 2S, and I love the DJI Air 2S. There's bird poop. Look at that. Poop poop. It's going to get washed away with this rain, man. Yeah, Kevin says it's legal, though, in the USA. That I'm curious about. I'm not really sure if it is. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid, man. But I just think if I used a pair of FPV goggles outside, that it would just create problems. Because I wouldn't have... Well, but there's a lot of things that can be sold that can't necessarily be used. I mean, that's just because they sell it in a country doesn't mean that it's, permissible to use. People may be flying it indoors. If you're flying an FPV drone indoors, does that have different regulatory requirements than a FPV drone outdoors? There's a lot of unknowns, man. And again, I'm not trying to be difficult about it. I just, I'm expressing Kevin says he's in upstate New York. It was delivered. Cool. So if you took your drone down to the police station and asked them, hey man, can I fly this? Just to see what they say. That'd be interesting. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, again, I may be incorrectly interpreting things, but to me, it would seem, unless I'm totally missing something, it would seem that those goggles would have to have a hole where I could have, where I could also maintain visual line of sight with the drone, with the naked eye. Let's see. Got a comment from Jim. Jim, welcome back, man. I think DJI FPV will go down in history as a flop. They make brilliant drones for photography, but not FPV, in my opinion. That's a valid point. And Kevin says, you should ask DJI and ask them, hey, but see, I don't know if they'd give me, that's kind of like going to the car dealership and asking them if it's the best car to buy. Oh, that was a wreck, but nobody rear-ended. They just slammed on their brakes. Good job, safe driving. But that's kind of like calling a car dealership and asking them, hey, man, is this a good car to buy? Of course it's a good car to buy because they're selling it. So I wouldn't call DJI and ask them because they're going to tell me, they tell me whatever if they answer the phone even, you know. But I'm with Jim. I think, yeah, DJI is all about cinematic videos, gimbal stabilized. And then you know, it's, I agree with you, Jim. And again, I haven't had the DJI FPV in my hands, so I'm not speaking from experience with the DJI FPV. But what I know vaguely about the FPV drone, you know, FPV drone racing and all that, is that these people are building their own drones. They're rigging them up, making them ultra light, ultra fast, easy to repair when they crash, because they do, because they're doing very tight maneuvers during those FPV races. I think the DJI FPV is more of a, I wouldn't call it a, you know, an FPV racing drone, because people are probably going to build their own. It's more of a, hey, you want to sit in a virtual cockpit and have some fun and feel like you're flying an actual airplane, but you're sitting on the ground. That's kind of what I think it is. You know, just my take on it. And then Kevin says, well, no, because you have your readout on your goggles. Kevin says, oh, yeah, but see, what if DJI could release, let's just call it a, make the regulations happy version. And they had like one eye that had the FPV, and on the other eye, they just had a cutout to where you could maintain constant line of sight with that drone with your naked eye. That begs a question though. Does it have to be two naked eyes, you know, left and right eye? Or could it just be one of those two? You know, could you have a goggle screen on the left eye and, you know, and maintain visual line of sight with your right eye? Would that be permissible? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. And I'm not a member of any sort of, you know, government agency. So I can't answer that. I can question it. I can ponder. I can ask y'all. You know, maybe y'all are big wigs and y'all know some people up in the powers that be. You know, maybe they'd want to come on a live show and talk about the regulatory issues. What's permissible, what's not. That would be a really cool show, by the way. I think that'd be really cool. So, you know, with that being said, I'm going to continue to err on the side of caution. And by erring on the side of caution, that means that I personally will not be purchasing the DJI FPV. But again, if you're looking for it, you can find it on my website. Go to epicdroneshow.com and click buy a drone. It's supposed to be incredible. But yeah, I'll be sticking with Air 2S for now, because it's the best 1-inch sensor drone for gimbal stabilized, mechanical gimbal stabilized video and photos. Works great. And the autofocus works great. And that's what makes the Air 2S my favorite drone for professional quality video today, because I get what's been so far exceptionally reliable autofocus performance, but it still has a 1-inch sensor camera, which, you know, like the more expensive Mavic 2 Pro is a solid performer. Kevin says, but if you fly any drone, when you take your eyes off the drone and watch the flight on your phone, you're not watching the drone. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you need to maintain visual line of sight. And that's, you know, whether, and you know, a lot of people, they can control their eyes where they've got one screen, like right now, while I'm walking, I've got my right eye on my phone so I can see y'all's comments, but I got my left eye kind of up so I can see in front of me, making sure there's not somebody drunk testing it or texting while driving, running through an abandoned parking lot and hit me. So, you know, I've got the ability to see a device and what's going on around me. Jim says, does the Air 2S have a mechanical shutter? Terrific question, Jim. You know, and this sounds bad to say, but I haven't researched that yet. That is a great question. That's something I need to dig up and see. I know the autofocus works exceptionally well, and you know that could be linked to maybe it does not have a mechanical shutter. That's a really good question. I have to check that out. But it's got amazing autofocus, and it is worth mentioning. It does not have the Hasselblad name on the camera. And that's what sold a lot of the Mavic 2 Pros, was that name on that 1-inch sensor camera. And as we know, Jim says, my old Phantom 4 Pro had mechanical shutter. Yeah, that old Phantom 4 Pro also did 4K 6.0, which was really cool, man. Phantom 4 Pro was one of the best Phantoms. I liked it. And, that was a really good drone. It's funny, though, how everything shifted now to Mavic. It's just, I don't know. Do you think we're going to see another Phantom? Do you think we're going to see a Phantom 5 or Phantom X or whatever they want to call it? You think we'll see another Phantom? I mean, it's the drone that the people that don't even play around with drones, when they think of a drone, they think of a Phantom. They're like, oh, watch that thing. It's white and it's got the little box down below it. That's what they'll say, They'll say it like that. So that's pretty interesting. James, when can we get another great sandwich video? Oh, a sandwich video. What kind of sandwich do you want? What is your meat of choice? What are your veggies of choice? How about your condiments? Tell me. Oh, the bread. What kind of bread do you want? Tell me, man. I'm always about doing those sandwiches, man. That's the thing. You cook a good sandwich, you do a grilled cheese and throw some pepperoni on it, put it in a skillet, and cook that grilled cheese with some butter. It's good, man. But, it makes you work off this gut. You eat a good sandwich like that. Joseph, welcome back. Long-time viewer, keep up the videos, enjoy watching. Joseph, always a pleasure, dude. Always a pleasure. More videos are coming. I've got, like I was saying, I got a lot of Air 2S videos that are in the studio right now being edited. Well, not being edited, they're exporting. I've edited them. Kevin says, took my drone out for a flight today. No sun glare. And no disconnects at all. Nothing but smooth flight. I'll take the F-16 Falcon out this week for a 4 to 6 mile run from me. Sounds fun, man. Yeah, he's talking about the DJI FPV. Seems like you really like that drone. That's cool, man. I just wish I had the confidence to pick one up. I don't know. I just can't deal with, you know how it is. It's like you go into gray areas, and then people try to make an example of you, and it's just not cool. So I can't assume the risk. I mean, as much as I'd love to be able to review it, I just can't. I can't assume the risk. I've got too much stuff, too many irons in the fire concurrently, y'all. Don't have time to deal with potential legal issues. And that's never fun. So I don't know. Maybe things will change. Maybe it'll be more cut and dry, and it'll instill confidence in pilots that are kind of on the fence. But until that day happens, I'm going to stick with my visual line of sight flight with my drones, like the Air 2S. And the upcoming, is it going to be the Mavic 3 or the Mavic 3 Pro, or just the 3 Pro? What are they going to call it? Are they going to include the name Mavic in the new Mavic 3 Pro? We'll see. We'll see what they do. Or are they going to bring out a radically re-engineered Phantom with retractable landing gear and retractable arms? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? We still need that DJI drone that's the Mavic style, that has a modular camera that can be swapped out without the use of tools. You know, that swapping the camera between Mavic 2 Zoom and Mavic 2 Pro was doable, but it wasn't just pull it out and stick it in. You know, it was more involved. So, you know, that was not a customer-friendly drone with modular camera. We need a user-friendly modular camera drone. And I think DJI can do it. There's no reason they can't. So, you know, that it's kind of, we'll see what happens. But man, it's raining, I'm getting wet, but I'm burning fat. And that's what matters, man. Doing that, got the workout routine going. Feeling good. That's what matters. But, yeah. Yep, iMac incoming. It ought to be here in a few weeks. Excited about that. Curiously enough, the new Apple Silicon iMac, it uses M1. Same silicon that's in the MacBook Air M1 and the Mac Mini M1 and the MacBook Pro 13-inch M1. It's a fast chip. It really is. Jim says automatic emergency parachute would be cool in future drones. I agree. You know, anything that can make drones more safe and make drones be perceived as more safe is good. You know, because we're all of us drone hobbyists, man, we're fellow drone evangelists. You know, we're going out and preaching that safe and responsible drone use. So to be able to say, hey, man, look at this. Like, what's that? That's my emergency parachute. Oh, that's cool. What's that for? Well, should the drone encounter an issue, it may better prevent the drone from crashing in a catastrophic way. You know, it may save the drone, may protect the blades of grass in the field. You know, obviously, always fly in safe and responsible locations. You know, should a drone crash, just let it crash in the grass. You know, that's a great place, you know, empty field. Nothing to harm there except blades of grass. Now, if it crashes in some dog poop, you got a messy thing to clean up. But at least all it did is crash in dog poop, didn't hurt anything. Just got the drone dirty. So, you know, that's, yeah, I like that emergency parachute idea. That's innovative. It really is. I like that. So what other ideas about drones? Anybody? Jeremiah, Dick. Hey, Dick. Hey, Robert. How you doing, man? Robert signed in. Robert, welcome aboard. So, yup. Good stuff. Starting to rain again, and it stops, and it rains, it stops. But see, that's the thing. You can't let rain interfere with your routine. Got to get that cardio, man. Got to do the live shows, man. Interact with the viewers, man. Oh, and this is a live show, which means if you want to, you can super chat. There's that super chat box down there by the comments. Just a great way to support the channel. Again, not required. You know, being a subscriber and being active is all that matters. But it's always cool, and it's out there for anybody who wants to support. And I do have channel memberships available, so you can become a channel member if you want to. Just another way to support the channel. But man, people just throw trash all over the place, man. Look at this trash bag, dirty piece of paper. Looks like somebody wiped their butt on it. I mean, this is just a dirty world, man. People have lost common sense. They really have. Just throw trash everywhere. But yeah, gonna get back in the studio for a live show. Do another epic drone show from the studio. I'm thinking about flying the Air 2S, man, but with this rain, I don't know. I don't really, you know, getting that drone up there. You know, anytime you're walking in the rain is a little bit different because, you know, slow and steady, you get a little bit wet. But when you're driving in the rain, you know, it hits your windshield really hard. Imagine how much water's hitting that drone if you're flying in the rain. And for that reason, I think I'm gonna have to pass up. I was gonna get an evening sunset flight, but instead I'll just be publishing some videos I've already filmed, which I think y'all are gonna like a lot anyway. So, you know, you're not gonna miss out. Here in a little bit, I'm gonna return to the studio and publish some more DJI Air 2S videos that I've been working on. So you know, this tap's still flowing. You won't be bored. I got videos coming. But it's starting, man, this rain's starting to pick up. Kevin, did you know that you can use your drone to take or blow your leaves off your land? Yeah, man, you definitely can. Drones can do a good job blowing leaves, man. That's a cool use case for drones. Yeah, that is cool. I want a submersible drone. I want a drone that deploys a submarine from the drone and then it can be pulled back into the drone. That'd be really cool. Be able to get some really cool underwater videos. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. Speaking of underwater videos, this live show's about to flood, man, because this rain's coming down. It's coming down hard. So with that being the case, y'all, I'm gonna conclude this live show. Tune in a few hours, man. Gonna have some more Air 2S videos up. Appreciate y'all's viewership. Always great talking to y'all. And stay safe, fly safely, and be a drone evangelist. Preach safe and responsible drone use. Because if we don't do it, man, this hobby that we all love may cease to exist.